It was song and dance as an additional 140 megawatts of geothermal power was injected to Kenya's national grid. This will lower electricity costs by up to 30% as the country seeks to become an industrial hub as envisioned in Kenya's economic blueprint.
We're here to actually launch a transformation agenda for this country. We're here to begin a process, right, that I strongly believe will even hasten our 2030 agenda by bringing power available, making power available to people at affordable rates. Our dream of becoming a middle-income country by 2030, I see no reason why that cannot be achieved even by 2020.
With Kenya facing erratic power supply and manufacturers decrying high energy costs, investors have opted to enter other competitive markets. This has prompted the government to take action by not only seeking measures to cut power costs, but also planning to introduce industrial zones within power generation sites.
Part of the reason why we do not have major industries in Kenya is because if they look at our energy, they simply look elsewhere, because some industries require 1,000 megawatts on their own. We have 1,600 megawatts for the whole country. So if you are looking for an industry that is, if an industry wants to set up that's going to use 1,000 megawatts, they will not find Kenya a destination. And that is what we are saying. That is what is behind this generation. We've had many people say, you want to generate 5,000 megawatts of energy. What are you going to do with it? But we want to tell them there are industries that do not consider Kenya as an option because of the amount of energy that we have in the country.
There are many investors who would wish to come to our destination. If we can provide adequate power, reliable power, competitively priced power, because as they seek to come into Kenya, our neighbor Ethiopia is beckoning investors to go to Ethiopia. Our neighbors in Rwanda, Uganda, South Africa. And yes, we are very committed to bringing down the cost of power. That is why we are already laying some industrial parks close to power generation centers. In Olkaria, in Dogokundu, we'll have an industrial park to ensure that we do not have to transmit power and incur losses.
Also, power connectivity cost is likely to reduce following additional funding from development finance institutions.
We have gotten funding from African Development Bank, which is going to support a project we've now called Last Mile. The fund is to the tune of 800 million US, spread over 5 years. And that project is going to support connectivity across the country. It is going to take this shape. The LV network will be taken closer to the customers, and KPLC, therefore, will connect customers closer than they could have been if it wasn't for that particular support from the government. So we expect that last mile offer from government will really reduce the cost, and we'll be seeing our cost coming down to anything below where we are, say something below 20,000 shillings.
It is expected that the injection of more power will in turn reduce the price of basic commodities and inevitably lower the cost of living, which has been soaring in the recent past.
We have heard consistently the biggest complaint from Kenyans is the cost of living that has consistently been going up. I do strongly believe that with this commissioning and with the other projects that are online, we do believe that before the end of this year, we will be able to dramatically reduce that cost of energy. And we expect in turn, with that reduction, that our own industry will not take that and put that as part of their bottom line, but transfer that to the common Muthinji.
The Ministry of Industrialization, having launched the Ease of Doing Business unit, will eliminate the red tape and eliminate unnecessary bureaucracy that impedes the expansion and growth of business in our country. I know also that added onto this energy that is going to bring down the cost of our products and make Kenya a destination attractive for investors looking for cheap energy.
The government is on a transformative agenda which revolves around other key areas such as security that will further enhance the country's competitiveness in the African continent.
The continued programs around security will further enhance the necessary confidence for us to target the growth of the economy that is sufficient to create jobs for our young people.
Another 140 megawatts will be injected into the national grid by the end of this year, and bigger plans are in store for Kenya's power sector.
In the next 2 to 3 years, we would want to bring in another probably 2 140 megawatts projects. You have seen some rigs as you moved around. We have 8 rigs in this area drilling for more steam, and in the next 5 or 6 years, we could be having as much as 560 megawatts of geothermal in this area, which really will be a very good thing considering what we have seen about the 140 which has come to